stand on this mountain and I look down and see a world I was once underneath. I stand on this mountain and I look down. My mind is more than it once knew. Then I knew. Then I knew. Then I knew. Then I knew. Now you're here. You're here. You're there. You're there. Now everywhere with me. If this is lost, then there's no place I'd rather be than found me, see. Found me, see. I climb down this mountain and I look around just to see that everyone used to be me. I climb down this mountain and I look around, my mind embracing more than the truth, and the truth, than the truth, than the truth, than the truth. Now you're here, you're there. Now everywhere with me. If this is lost, then there's no place I'd rather be than found me, see. Found me, see. I once was blind, but now I see the beauty of the world before me. Now you're there. Now everywhere with me. If this is lost, then there's no place I'd rather be. Now you're here. Now everywhere with me. If this is lost, then there's no place I'd rather be than found me, see. Found me, see. Found me, see. Found me, see.
Hello, welcome in everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm not sure why me and Arctic are tiny. Let's see if we can fix that. There we go. Now we're not tiny anymore. Thank you guys all for being here tonight. The StreamYard keeps updating everything. Nightbot done logged himself out. My LAN cord's not working, so hopefully we won't have a lot of trouble out of the signal tonight. You guys know that my swamp signal be kicking it sometimes. So we got Arctic True Crime in the house. Paula's joining us tonight. Hi, love. We've got Southern Gal True Crime in the house. Trista, thank you so much for being here. Who else do we got here? We got Drifty Rabbit in the house. I had to sign Nightbot back in, sis, so it wasn't working. I did go ahead and drop the copyright tonight because I will be using copyrighted material, but I'm using it under the Fair Use Act. So we are going to not do missing tonight. We're going to do 3 girls that were murdered. 4 girls altogether were a part of this. One of the ladies that I've met over on TikTok, I will add her TikTok in the description after the live. If you do the TikTok thing, definitely go over there and give her a follow. She has been a huge voice for Emmanuel Haro. If you're following that case, the baby that is missing out of San Bernardino, California, and I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong, Yakaipa. I may have done it right that time. So she is overwhelmed. And as many of you guys know, for a lot of these families, it's hard on them to cover their own family member's case because it's hard to hold down a live or produce a video or share information when you're doing it through tears. That's why we are a voice for the voiceless. We're here for the families. We're here for the victims. We cover missing, murdered, unsolved, needs justice. And that's where tonight I'm going to call you guys to action. I'm going to share some contact information on screen. I'll also include that contact information down in the description of this video. Guys, do what we do. Make those phone calls, send those emails, send those letters, because I want to know, and at the end of this live, you'll want to know why the man that took these precious girls' lives and injured one to the point to change her life is still on the run. You guys know I'm not a big fan of California's justice system, not a big fan of the governor or any. I've made it very clear how I feel about California. It's about the same level of irritation as it is with Tennessee and northern Florida. But we may have family in the chat tonight. As always, I ask please be respectful. You can ask as many questions as you would like. Please keep those questions respectful. And I'm going to share the story with you guys. We'll discuss it. We'll do our thing. And like I said, at the end of the video, you'll be with me on wanting to make those phone calls, send those letters, send those emails, and demand why the FBI has not been brought in. Why is Homeland Security not communicating with Mexico to go get this man and hold him accountable? Butterfly Kisses, thank you so much for being here. There's Smart Ass Patriot, thank you for being here tonight. Just want to run through and make sure I don't miss anybody. Mustang 1965, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everybody being here. If you're lurking in the bushes, thank you for being here as well. Thank you everybody for being here. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. It is on subscribers only mode. It is not on subscribers only mode to be ugly. The reason why is because this is a very sensitive case. This lady has become a good friend through TikTok and the work that she's doing for Emmanuel's case, and I just want to keep it respectful, and I don't want trolls in here because we all know with the previous creator issues that I no longer associate or speak to, or any of his little troll crew or his little mod squad over there. I don't want them in this chat. I do have mods in the chat. Y'all know what to do if somebody comes in from that side acting ugly. Get rid of them. All right. Hang on, guys. I got a message. I want to make sure that it's not something pertinent to what I'm talking about. Arctic, did you have a chance to read up on the information?
Yeah, it's beyond me why this guy is still out on the loose, because they determined, who was responsible and everything pretty much within a matter of a short period of time. So how the hell was he allowed to just flee the way that he was? That makes absolutely no sense.
Mm-hmm. Ran off into the desert and then just vanished.
I know.
Just vanished. Makes no sense at all. But again, this is where we see California failing so many of these families. You guys know I don't hand out trigger warnings. If you need to step away, please step away. If this is something that is too sensitive that you feel like you can't handle, then please step away. Come back a different live. We do decompression lives where we look at funny videos, we talk, we bullshit, we joke, we do all the things. Tonight is
girl,
not
we're
going to
overdue for one of those.
I know. I was thinking about it earlier. I was like, we've got to do a decompression. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. California is failing. Absolutely is failing. And when I started looking into these girls, the case of these girls, I was just floored. I was absolutely floored that it's like, oh, We figured out who he is, but he disappeared. So, meh. Let's not do anything about it. Mexico is our backyard. They're literally our backyard. We go to India and extradite people. Don't tell me that these officials can't get off their asses and get the FBI and get Homeland Security involved and get an extradition for this man.
Oh, I know that it can get the FBI involved because I've seen it happen with missing persons cases all the time. And in this particular case, where 3 girls lost their lives and one will never have the life that she should have had, I do not understand what the holdup is in getting this person on the FBI's 10 most wanted list.
No, I'm with you 100%. And you can eat, and not even the 10 most wanted. We'll go with the whole list. I went on tonight and double checked, just to double check, do my fact checking. He's not on their side at all. Not on their side at all. And I understand local law enforcement has to invite the FBI in. I'm sorry, if you can't do your job and you can't get it done, invite them in, because the families deserve justice. They deserve justice. Christine, thank you so much for being here. Yes, here we go. Like I said, we have family in chat tonight. Everybody keep it respectful. Thank you so much. We have a beautiful community over here. We're going to just dive into it. If you have any questions, I'll star them. I think I can still star them. I will star them and we'll go over questions. There's Lisa. You done changed your name and your profile picture, girl. She trying to keep us on our toes, aren't it?
I know.
That Lisa. Let's see. If you guys could see the private Discord, Discord's not private, but I have a private tab in Discord. I'm sure Arctic was like sitting over there going, what in the hell is this woman doing? Because I drop everything in there and some of it's out of order. So if it's out of order, just a wee bit, please excuse moi. Okay, so I want to show pictures of these beautiful ladies before I pull up the information on the case, because they are the reason we are here, and I want to make sure that we share their beautiful faces before we pull his face up. Guys, my LAN cord is not working if you weren't here at the beginning of the live, so hopefully it won't drag a whole lot. So get that pulled up. And when I say young girls, this is June 5th of 2021, y'all. This crash took the lives of Willow Sanchez, forever 11, Daytona Bronas, forever 12, and Sandra Mizer, forever 13. Natalie Cole was 14 years old at the time of this accident, was severely injured in this crash. And I also want to let you guys know that 2 out of the 4 of these girls were in wheelchairs. The other 2 girls were pushing them. Now, I don't give a damn if it is 10:30 at night or it's 9 o'clock in the morning. If you can't see 4 teenage girls in the road, you shouldn't be driving. Just going to start out with that. All right, I don't want to miss anybody coming in. We got Doodles in Gray. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Because you be running your mouth too much, Lisa. Got to keep the truck going. Jeanette, thank you so much for being here. Southern Gal, thank you for being here. Love Murder by Nature podcast. How are you, girl? Thank you so much for being here. Guys, if you're on TikTok, make sure you follow Murder by Nature podcast and follow Cece, and I'll include both of their TikTok links in the description on the video. Honored to have you ladies here. Thank you so much. If you have never experienced me on a YouTube, I'm a little bit different than I am on my TikTok. I'm a lot least filtered over here. So, fair warning, I use adult language and I get on my high horse. Christine, it is my honor. It's absolutely my honor. And thank you for trusting me with your niece's case to share her story tonight. Thank you so much. All right. So these are the four beautiful girls. I have some other photos I'll be sharing of them as well, but I do want to start this out with their photos because their memories and their life is what we're here to bring justice for tonight. I have a few different things I'm going to pull up. The first thing I'm going to share with you guys is this looks like America's Most Wanted, but it's not. This is a page that is America's Most Wanted fans, but it does have a lot of information in this. So I am going to go ahead and share this first. I also found a cleaner copy of the the CHP wanted poster. I will put that on my community wall. I want you guys to grab it, share it, screenshot it, however you need to get it. You want me to email it to you, DM it to you, I will get it to you. Share it far and wide. This is the monster that took these girls' lives. The California Highway Patrol on Friday identified a suspect driver in connection with the hit-and-run crash from earlier this year that killed 3 girls in Lucerne Valley and severely injured a fourth. In a press release, CHP officials said that no bail warrant had been issued for 18-year-old Santos Alejandro Jimenez Cruz for 3 counts of vehicular homicide stemming from the crash that occurred in June. Officials said that Jimenez Cruz is known to reside in both California and Mexico. CHP spokesperson Michael Mumford told the Daily Press in an email Friday that Jimenez Cruz possibly fled to Mexico as early as the day following the collision, but this is unconfirmed. Now, what pisses me off, y'all, is they had the vehicle that has tags on it. Now, this vehicle was left at the scene because this coward and his passenger took off running into the desert. Once again, a failure. And you guys know I back the blue when they deserve it. I'm going to call them out when they don't. It shouldn't have took till the following Friday to figure out who this guy was. Get back on here. Like I said, y'all have to excuse the soapbox because I'm on my second floor of it tonight. Friday's announcement marked a significant update by CHP in the case since the fatal hit and run occurred on June the 5th. That night, and this is 2021, I'm going to reiterate that, guys. The night the 4 girls were walking along Camp Rock Road north of Rabbit Springs Road when a white 2002 Chevrolet Silverado hit the children from behind. Willow Sanchez, forever 11, Daytona Bronas, forever 12, Sandra Mizer, forever 13, died at the scene. Their friend Natalie Coe suffered critical injuries and was flown to a trauma center. Coe lost one of her legs and suffered injuries to her brain, kidney, and liver, as well as pulmonary, which is lung, and heart problems. Witnesses said the driver and the passenger got out of the truck, observed the scene, and ran into the desert like little cowards. Over a period of 2 months, multiple search warrants were executed, recovered forensic and digital evidence from the crash scene. The numerous interviews were conducted throughout the state, the agency said. Before Friday's announcement, several Lucerne Valley residents and community leaders, including some who claimed to know the driver's identity not long after the crash, expressed frustration with what they saw, the lack of communication between CHP regarding the investigation. Sadly, we see this in so many cases, is where law enforcement shuts down. They shut down. You got detectives that won't communicate with families. You have families that don't even have a victim's advocate. And if they do have a victim's advocate, it's like pulling teeth to get that victim's advocate to acknowledge you, return phone calls, come by, do visits to help you. And I'm not talking about an advocate like us. I'm talking about a victim advocate that is assigned to the family of the victims by the state, by officials. Okay, before Friday's announcement, We already went over that. Christine Cordova, aunt and godmother of Sandra, said that she found it strange that CHP released the suspect's driver's name publicly around that time, and Lucerne Valley residents decided to stage a vigil and release the names themselves. The vigil remains scheduled for Saturday, and of course, this is past, guys. So Mumford said in that email, limited information has been released and is still an active investigation. With regards to Jimenez Cruz, Cordova didn't mince his words. Hell is not hot enough for prison, isn't good enough. Turn yourself in, make it easier on yourself, she told the Daily Press in a text message. You're still a baby yourself. You can show remorse. And then it has the information here. If anyone with information on the hit and run crash or anyone who knows Jimenez Cruz's whereabouts is asked to contact Officer J. Rodriguez at Victorville CHP area office at 760-241-1186. And I've got information that I'm also going to pull up. And like I said, I'll be showing contacts. And y'all know me. I'm going to drop their pages in the description where you have access to emails, phone numbers, addresses. Make the phone calls, send those emails, send the letters, and tell them we demand justice. We demand for the FBI to be brought in on this with Homeland Security to do what they do, because we know they can do it, and get him extradited. If he's in Mexico, he needs to be extradited. He resides in California and Mexico. At this point, we're in 2025. Hell, he may be back in California. But we don't know, and the family doesn't know, and the family hasn't saw justice because we're not getting the legwork. We're not seeing the boots on the ground. The family's not seeing the boots on the ground. These girls deserve justice. They do not deserve to be forgotten or put aside. I'm going to run through comments real quick, guys. He's in Santa Ynez, Mexico. There we go. There's a freaking location. Again. They say unconfirmed, however, I gave Ellie photos of him at his mom's in her yard in Mexico. Yes, the DA did absolutely, I'm assuming that's DA, did absolutely nothing to help us. Well, we're going to include his, I'm going to pull his information up. We're going to include him tonight, too, in the description, because the DA is the one that needs to make the call. CHP Inland would be the sheriff's department, the office, the officials that are over the case, but the DA is over them. So he needs to get off his hind end and do his damn job. Okay, make sure I didn't miss anybody. I don't want to miss any comments here.
I did want to mention that the families may want to reach out to Missing in America Network. Generally, they deal with missing, but in a case like this where 3 young girls lost their lives and there's a fugitive on the run, they may be able to help you or at least guide you. Sometimes they'll even be able to help with billboards. And so they're an outstanding resource for you to reach out to.
Definitely. Let's see. I'm going to pull this up in my files because I don't want to pull my Discord over on that side. I don't have anything to hide. It's just a whole mess. It's not organized at all. Y'all be looking in my back drawers here, my messy Discord. I said this will be included on my community wall, so it can be easily grabbed and shared. This is the Wanted Flower Patrol Inland Division Investigate Services Unit warrant. Ramey 0821 warrant issued 0824 on no bail particular that I could find. Cece sent me a copy, but I did go ahead and I did my dive, and I actually found this, believe it or not, on Twitter, because I couldn't find it on any of the court sites where you should be able to go to, because a warrant doesn't expire and you should be able to pull up a copy of the warrant. You can find information, but you couldn't find this image. And I wanted to be able to take this image and share this image with my community. If you're on Replay Crew, Please check my community wall after the live. There will be this flyer, and I will also include photos of him that are not on this flyer and one that is on the flyer, so that way you'll have clear footage, clear photos. Mark Schumann, welcome in. I just got here, and the driver hit the girls on purpose or accident and then ran away. Mark, not being a smartass by any means, I wasn't there. I'm going to assume it was an accident. But again, how do you not see 4 girls in the middle of the road, 2 of which are in a wheelchair and 2 are pushing the 2 that are in the wheelchair? How do you not notice those children being there? Was he drunk? Was he incapacitated? We don't know, because the coward and his passenger ran from the scene. At the end of the live, can you send me that information as well as the first papers you showed and you read from, please, and anything else? Yeah, I'll send you everything. I'll send you everything I've got, everything I found, definitely. Accident, however, he was drinking, and on his phone showed he was texting at the same time that he hit them. So there we go. An accident, non-accident. He shouldn't have been drinking, and he shouldn't have been on his friggin' phone. Again, I'm not very filtered over here, so I apologize if you are not used to raw mom. And for those of you guys that are new to the community, if you do see me, if I do pop into a chat, a lot of people will say, "Hi, Mom," and that's Mind of Monsters. Me and Rick have been in chats together before, and people are like, "That's your mom?" No, I'm everybody's mom. Accident or not, they were left there without any remorse. Absolutely. Didn't call for help, nothing, just left them. And Doodles, it is very shocking. It's heartbreaking and it's infuriating all at the same time. It's one of those things where you try to have thick skin doing this, but when you get that flood of emotions, you want to scream, cry, yell, cuss, and make phone calls on a Saturday at 7 o'clock at night, knowing that nobody's in the office. Because don't think I didn't check. The CHP office that I needed to speak to, which is inland, is closed on Saturday and Sundays. And Arctic's come across this before. Police departments that take off the weekends and holidays. I don't. Greg, Janet,
yes, ma'am. The worst was a police department that was closed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Do better. Okay, so this is another article, and like I said, these might be out of order. Just the information to you guys. Okay, this is the Sun, Crime and Public Safety. CHP identifies wanted suspect in Lucerne Valley hit and run that killed 3 girls and seriously wounded another. Pictures of the girls killed, critical. The California Highway Patrol on Friday, October 1st, and again, guys, this is 2021, identified who it says was the driver in a June hit and run in Lucerne Valley. They took the lives of 3 girls who were out for a stroll and left another hospitalized with life-changing injuries. The driver was Santos Alejandro Jimenez Cruz, a resident of California and Mexico, CHP said. These are a few photos. These are public photos on this article. It's heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. Here's another photo of the girls. Beautiful, beautiful ladies. These ladies, these 3 beautiful young girls are the ones that lost their lives. This girl is the one that's life has forever been changed. I'm so sorry, y'all. My wiener dog decided to try to jump up here and failed miserably on jumping up here. Hi, Leslie. Thank you so much for being here. Number 15. She's Arctic. I finally get to say I love you. We love you too, Leslie. Voices is in the house. On August 15th, a no-bail arrest warrant was issued for Jimenez Cruz on 3 counts of vehicular homicide. The CHP said the suspect had not been caught as of Saturday afternoon. Our Mexico liaisons have the warrant information and will work with the Mexico officials in regards to apprehension if he is still in the country, said Officer Michael Mumford, a CHP spokesman. Okay, Mr. Michael Mumford, I got a question for you. Why is it 2025? And I personally, and we have family in chat that hasn't seen that happen. It's infuriating. Officer Rodriguez, the lead investigator in the investigation, says he is confident that the CHP's allies are the borders of Mexico and their ability to help find the subject. Jimenez Cruz's father is a registered owner of the truck involved in the crash. Authorities said, adding that a passenger also fled with the driver. It wasn't immediately clear whether Jimenez Cruz would be the only person facing charges related to the crash, Mumford said. At about 10:20 p.m. on June the 5th, the four girls, two in wheelchairs, were on a stroll on Camp Rock Road when a white Chevy Silverado heading north at an unknown speed struck them, authorities said. Okay, Arctic, correct me if I'm wrong, but a 2002, should they not have been able to pull the speed of that vehicle? Arctic? He's muted. He'll answer me when he comes back. Paula, not that I can tell, not that the family can tell, they're not investigating. We just saw that one of the girls' aunt, Sandra, is in chat tonight. She has provided them with a picture of the man in Mexico in his mother's front yard, and nothing has been done about it. My phone is broken, so you're fine. You're fine, Leslie. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, we lost Arctic. He'll be back. So on or about 10:20 p.m. on June 5th, the four girls in two wheelchairs were on a stroll on Camp Rock Road with a white Chevy Silverado heading north at unknown speed from behind. Authorities said after the crash, the driver and passenger abandoned the truck and fled on foot, the CHP said. Since the incident, the CHP has executed multiple search warrants that have produced evidence, and the officers have conducted multiple interviews and interrogations across the state, Mumford said. Rodriguez said that there was not a single incident that led investigators to peg Jimenez Cruz as the primary subject, but simply the totality of circumstances. But Friday's announcement was not news to many of the victims. Immediate family members, Christina Cordova, aunt and victim of Sandra Mizer, said that in her own personal investigation, she pegged Jimenez Cruz as the driver just 2 days after the crash. 2 days. Again, how many times have you guys sit up here and listened to me talk about how families become investigators? I just sort of put everything together, starting the license plate on the truck left at the scene, Cordova said. Family members of the victims had previously expressed frustration over what they considered the CHP's lack of transparency in the investigation. Mumford said that the CHP had not released some of the information because it potentially jeopardize the investigation. Sorry, y'all. I turn my camera off when I smoke. Mumford also said there had been concerns publicly about the suspect should send him deeper into hiding in Mexico or cause him to cross the border if he hasn't already. The crash took the lives of Willow Sanchez, forever 11, Daytona Brones, forever 12, and Sandra, forever 13. The fourth victim, Natalie Coe, 14 at the time, this has been years, it was 2021, guys, is about to transition out of Loma Linda University Children's Hospital into physical therapy, family members said. In the collision, she suffered 2 broken arms, a fractured leg, severe kidney damage, and have her right leg amputated, a relative said. After 2 previous attempts at holding the event, the family members for the victims held a vigil at the CHP Victorsville headquarters on Saturday in an attempt to get more information from the CHP and the girls' names on the minds of the community. There were roughly 25 people in attendance at the vigil, including most family members as well as friends who drove as far as Long Beach. Bobby Mizer, Sandra's father, wanted justice for his daughter and her friends so there could be an end to the suffering everyone has experienced, he said. We all miss Sandra, and Santos is out there sleeping like it's nothing, Miser said. He demanded that the driver turn himself in so the families could simply go on with their lives. Jimenez Cruz is a coward, and that's putting it lightly. A coward is putting it lightly, because I'd choose a few other handful of words that I could attach to him.
Oh, more than a handful.
Ooh, it's infuriating. It's absolutely infuriating. What criteria does the FBI need to get on the most wanted list? Murder is one of the criterias, and this is a triple vehicular homicide. But local law enforcement, no pun intended, has to grow a set of huevos and let the FBI come in. And how many times have you guys seen it happen where these cases go a year down the road and finally some little podunk town sheriff decides to tuck his fucking tail and let the FBI help because they can't do it on their own? And where we thought Mom was going to have internet problems. Oh, no. I saw you disappeared. I asked you, but I think you already were headed off. A 2002 Chevy Silverado pickup truck. Can they not check the speed? Because earlier in the article it said it was an unknown speed of a vehicle of that year. Wouldn't it hold the speed of when the impact happened? Or when the vehicle stopped?
2002. It might. I know that 2002, I think it depends if that vehicle had OnStar or not. If it was just a standard 2002 Silverado, I don't know if it would have had the technology for it to record what speed it was going at that point.
Okay, because see, I was thinking 2000 was when they came out with the digital speedometers. I had a Cadillac that had a digital speedometer in it. The damn thing didn't work. You had to use Google. Back when you had to pay for Google Maps to see how fast you were going. I don't know. I should have looked that up before I started this live. Can Mexico deport him back? Yes, he can be extradited back to the States. Absolutely. Yep. There you go. Arctic had it. Yep. He absolutely can. How devastating. Lose your loved one and having to do the jobs of investigators is so heartbreaking. And Janet, I agree with you 100%. But do you know some of the best damn investigators there are out there are family members of missing people and family members of murdered people. The amount of families that have taken the bull by the horns and gone to social media and started TikTok accounts and started YouTube accounts and started their own podcast is insane.
Absolutely. And they make the best advocates for others in that situation as well.
They checked the speed was 53 miles an hour, if I'm correct. Okay, thank you so much, Christina, because it said that that in that one article, earlier in this article, the Sun, that it was unknown, and I thought that was a little odd for being a 2002, because, I'm getting older, but I was thinking it was about 2000s whenever the digital started coming in, and they would have been able to see how fast he was going. They said he was going the speed limit. Horseshit. I don't care if it was the speed limit or not. Flipping idiot should have seen those 4 girls. I'm using a touchboard keyboard. The F button is freaking annoying. I'm sorry, honey. I have the crime scene report I'll send you. Okay. The other letters are working. Let's see. The biggest concern was the evidentiary information. We have been able to vet that information and make sure we have the ability to have it admissible in court. And then this is talking about the families launched a GoFundMe to raise money for the reward for Jimenez Cruz's capture. Anyone with information, this is an older article for 2021, says to contact Rodriguez at 559-905-9160. Again, all of these links will be in the description, and I'm going to include contact information as well. All right, let's pull this one down. We'll move on. And some of this may be repeating, but I know people come in and out of the live, so I want to make sure that if you come in the live, you're getting the information. So if it seems monotonous, there is a reason behind my madness. Do you know if he had priors or previous arrest? Ellie made us close the GoFundMe for the capture reward. Are you serious? That's fucking crazy. They shouldn't even be able to do that because GoFundMe has restrictions against personal gain, but you can go on GoFundMe and you can do a funeral fund. You can do a fund for exhuming a body. You can do a fund for a second autopsy. Why the hell would, if GoFundMe didn't restrict y'all and didn't say, hey, you're breaking guidelines, you can't do this, law enforcement had no right, in my opinion, to tell y'all that y'all couldn't have that damn GoFundMe. And now there's a bunch of other links. There's a bunch of other websites that you can use to fund money as well. Hell, girl, you can go and you can make a Buy My Coffee and title the Buy My Coffee that's the reason for the fund and use those funds for the reward. They can't stop you from offering a reward. That's horseshit.
Oh wow, that's bullshit. They told them no billboards either. That's a bunch of bullshit right there.
Yeah, and thank you, Christine. I think I left that out. He was 18 at the time when this happened. I understand being 18 years old and you fucked up. You hit these 3 girls, but you took the time to get out of the vehicle, look at the girls, see the girls lifeless laying there, and ran into the fucking desert instead of taking accountability for what you did. Ellie themselves said we can't have, they told you no billboards either. That's a crock of shit because let me tell you what, Ellen Greenberg is a woman that was murdered by her fiance. I stand 10 toes down on that in Pennsylvania. And I created a billboard and put it up and funded it between myself and my community right outside of the damn stadium right there in Philadelphia. And it ran for months. And it was a seeking justice billboard with the DA's email and phone number on it. That's such a crock of shit. They said it would interfere with the case. In my opinion, that's not interfering with the case. That's begging for information. That is your God-given right to have that justice for your niece and her friends. I tried to say about priors. They don't have any, but he was 18. Juvenile records won't show. That's true. This was California. This happened in California. Bullshit. I'm sorry the families are going through enough. This is bullshit. It's just wrong. I agree, Mustang. Did you check CA in Mexico? Sounds like Ellie is just as guilty as this monster. Janet, I'm right there with you. Like, you guys know me. I back the blue. I have a dear friend that is retired law enforcement that I love with all my heart, and he helps with many, many families. I have a retired FBI agent that I work with a lot in the background. I back the blue when they deserve it. When they don't do their damn jobs is when you're going to see me up here showing my whole ass and calling them out. Thank you, Chrissy. You're awesome. I love this community. Thank you guys all for being here. Crime Curious. Hi, love. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, I said the case was crazy and corrupt. This is what I mean. Yeah. Yeah, this is fucking insanity. It's literally insanity. And it pisses me off to no end. Okay, I'm going to pull this up. This is the San Bernardino County District Attorney. If you're part of the missing community, if you're part of the true crime community, San Bernardino County sounds familiar because that's where Emmanuel Haro is missing from, where we're not seeing law enforcement out doing active searches, trying to get justice for that baby, trying to find the baby. So, in all reality, I'm not honestly surprised that they haven't got off their dead asses and put down the donuts and the coffee and done something to help these families, these 4 families, 3 of which don't get to have dinner with their daughters, don't get to watch their daughters graduate high school, don't get to watch grandchildren, or whatever the case may be, or however, whatever life path they choose because their life was stolen from them. Again, sorry if you guys are not used to being here. You're not used to seeing Mom on a rant. Tonight is definitely a soapbox night. I appreciate you for being here, and I hope I'm not yelling too loud in your ear if you're using headphones. So I apologize ahead of time. Mexico doesn't provide records publicly. I'm not surprised. I'm going to check something. I may message you, Mom, so can you post the link? The link to what, love? You can message me on Facebook. All of my contact information's in my About page if you go back out to the channel. I'm from a 90% law enforcement family, and this is not okay. No GoFundMe, no. Yeah, absolutely, Janet. No billboards, nothing.
The no billboards is what makes me more angry than the whole no GoFundMe thing, because the number of cases that I've covered where the billboards have been instrumental in bringing justice or bringing a missing loved one home, for them to tell this family they can't have billboards, fuck you, law enforcement. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. Fuck you. I'd be like, you know what? You can't tell me I can't put a billboard up.
Yeah, I would be the same way. Kiss my whole ass. Kiss my whole ass. And I'm going to tell you right now, Cece, if you can get a hold of them and you find out that you're not going to be held responsible or you're not going to be charged with anything, I will design you a billboard and I will send it to you with the DA's information on there, just like I did for Ellen Greenberg. We don't have to include pictures of the girls. We can include his face, a call to action, a call to justice. If you want me to do that, girl, you let me know and I got you. I will design you a billboard. Do we know if he has aliases? Not that I know of, but keep in mind with a 4-part name, he could drop names off. So instead of Santos, he may go by Alejandro. So you got to keep that in mind. He may drop one of the last names off. Jimenez-Cruz. And they're telling people not to help. Yeah, I know. In Emmanuel's case, it pisses me off. I'm not even going to get started on that case tonight because I'm focused on the girls. And if I get on my soapbox about that, y'all will be here till 2 o'clock in the morning. While apparently it isn't, with malice, homicide is considered vehicular. Yes, 3 counts of vehicular homicide. 3 counts. Not 1, not 2, not 3 counts. And that's not enough for local law enforcement to put their fucking pride down and bring the FBI and bring Homeland Security in. Liaison's my ass. There are whole departments that handle expediting these freaking monsters back to the United States. The little boy's name slips my mind, but I can see his face. The little autistic boy out of Texas that his mom killed him and she took off to India. They just brought her home. They brought her back about a month ago. So don't tell me that we can't go right here in our own backyard and hold this son of a bitch accountable. All over California. Thank you so much, Paula. I appreciate you. Okay. So this is the official website for the San Bernardino County the County District Attorney's Office. So you'll notice on here it says equal justice for all. I'm going to call bullshit because it's not equal justice for all. When you have 4 families that have gotten no justice, that have been told, don't put up billboards, that have been told, don't say these girls' names, you're going to hurt the integrity of the investigation. Well, it seems to me like you're not doing a freaking investigation, first of all. And that's from day one. Just in my ass. Honey, you can send me whatever you want to send me, Paula. It'll go to my my messenger and I'll check it. We're still waiting on Kimberly Singer to be extradited from London to El Paso County, Colorado. It's been several years. That's crazy. But I'm curious, is there an extradition that has been put in place for her? Why are they telling people not to help? Because it'll hurt the integrity of the investigation. And if it were to go to trial, it could hurt the case. I don't see they're doing an investigation, so I don't see how it would hurt anything by bringing awareness to the fact that this was 2021 and these girls still don't have justice. Okay, so this is the district attorney. This is their website. So this is Jason Anderson, the 36th district attorney to serve the people of San Bernardino County since its inception in 1853. So here he is, guys, with his cheesy shit-eating grin. Take a good look there. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page here, you're going to see a phone number, a fax number, and an email. You want to make those phone calls? You want to email? You want to write a letter and fax it to them? You can go to Office Max for maybe, I think it's like 50 cents. They'll send a fax for you. Or right here is their street address. Write them a letter and tell them we demand justice for these girls. She fought it and then appealed and lost, still waiting. See, that's crazy. That's insane. In other words, shut up. Right, Janet. Right, Janet. In other words, don't fight for justice for your family because it's inconveniencing us and it's making us look like asshats. Get this, we're 4 years later and the DA still doesn't return my calls or emails. When I go to the office, he's busy or not there. Victim advocate never helped either. See, and you guys literally just heard me say that. How far are we into the live? 30 minutes ago, that you see not communicating with families, not returning phone calls, not returning emails, and victim advocates that are assigned by officials that are not helping these families.
Yeah, I mean, and it should never be on the family to take on the investigation, to do all the legwork. That shouldn't be the family's job. And when you have law enforcement officials that can't even be bothered to return a phone call, I'm sorry. I mean, why are you even getting paid if you can't even return a family's phone call? Even if it's just to say, hey, we don't have any new information, but I wanted to return your call. It's ridiculous.
It is. It's fucking ridiculous. And then for those of y'all that know the community, we have beautiful human beings like Barbara Hall, who's fighting for justice for Timmy Dees. And she's been banned from officials' offices. When she goes into these places, she literally has to have someone with her videoing to protect herself from these flippin' ass idiots. Wait, because it was on a remote road and had no sidewalk. A guy ran so they can't get a BAC. They can have no leverage. The fuck they don't. Right? No, I agree. I don't give a damn if it was a back road, if it was a dirt road, if it was a private road, if it was a main highway. I don't give a shit. They should have done their damn jobs. 2 days, within 2 days, Cece was able to find the information that investigators couldn't get off their asses to find. It says there was no follow-up with family cooperation. The family has been cooperating. Cece is advocating for these girls. I was live on TikTok one night. She come in my TikTok. As I said earlier in the live, I've met Cece through Emmanuel's case. She came in my live. I was introducing myself on TikTok because you guys know I'm generally from over here. And I was explained to her that we do missing murder. We do all the things that we can do to help. She'd brought up the fact that her niece was murdered along with her friends and one friend that was also involved in the accident. And that I would be more than happy and honored to bring some awareness and bring this case to my community, because my community, we're not scared to make those phone calls. We're not scared to send those emails. We are a voice for the voiceless, because they can't come get you. They can't take away your birthday. They can't spank you because you're fighting for justice. Ellie left things at the crime scene I had to clean up, like bloody medical gloves, driver's belongings, and my niece's bloody earbuds. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, God. I just want to hug you, man. They lie so bad it makes me sick. Yep. Here you go. Family cooperation. The other three girls' families weren't cooperative, but she was. That's what I'm saying, guys. She was a voice for all four of these girls, and still is a voice for all four of these girls to this day. She was the one fighting. Can you sue the police department? You can sue the police department, Paula, but finding a lawyer that's willing to do so is going to be hell. That's going to be hell. I'll just be honest with you. You're talking about a straw in a haystack to find one lawyer that's willing to stand up against law enforcement, because they're not going to shit in their own bed. And it has to be a lawyer that is licensed in the bar in the state of California. So even if they live in Nevada and they're licensed at the bar in California, it's going to be hell to pay to try to find a lawyer that'll help. And with this son of a bitch on the run, the family can't sue him for murdering these girls because he's never been brought to justice. Yep, I called numerous lawyers to sue law enforcement. Nobody wanted the case. Exactly. But here you go, from the family. And I love it, and I appreciate, Christine, you taking time out of your night. I know you are boots on the ground and doing everything you can for Emmanuel, for coming in here tonight and being a voice and helping answer questions and being here with us tonight. It means the world to me. They look for any way out of having to do the footwork. Absolutely. All right, guys, I'm going to remove the district attorney's information. I wanted to leave it up there long enough if anybody wanted to write it down. There you go. But the link will be in the description, so you don't have to go look for it yourself. Pull it up, view it, bam diggity. There it is for you guys. Remember, scroll all the way to the bottom past Mr. Needs to be held accountable DA here. Pulling that down. Moving along because I'm on my soapbox here. Christine says, no, thank you for covering this. It means so much to me. Honey, it's my honor. It's my honor. This is what we're here for. Paula, I will check in just a minute, love. I don't want to pull the tab up on my laptop because it will probably kick me off the front porch. Yes, I got it. Thank you so much, love. I got it. I got it. Sorry, guys. Okay. Sorry. I apologize. I don't mean to take any attention away from these girls, but you guys know, as a missing persons advocate, you're constantly getting messages and saying, hey, can you do this? Okay, so I'm going to pull up 2 different websites here. I want to show you guys that I had every intention of calling these fuckers, and I could not get a hold of them. Does he have any family here? Yes. I think I was going to say I knew his dad, so his Fresno, California, his dad and his sister. Like I said, send me all the info and I'll do a video and I'll make phone calls. Thank you, Voices. Thank you so much. I will get you all the information after the live, and it'll also all be in the description of the video. They're the ones who flew him to Mexico the next morning. Holy shit. There's a guy out of Pasadena who has taken on LAPD. Awesome. Chrissy, all of my contact information is in my About page. If you go to the front of my YouTube channel, here, I'll show you. Pull this up, because I know if you're not used to navigating YouTube. Wait for it to load. Are you gonna load tonight? Y'all know it wouldn't be alive if I didn't sing to you at least once. So if you hit more, there's my email, there's my website, there's my X, and then my Buy My Coffee's on there. But you can email me. I'm also on Facebook. I don't know why that's not up there. If you go to my link tree, that'll be in the description of the video. It'll have all my information there as well. Okay, so this is California Highway Patrol. California Highway Patrol are the ones that took on this case because that's their jurisdiction. So this is their contact page. How to contact us. The CHP's mission is to keep you safe. It is our sworn duty beyond the call of duty to prevent loss of life, injuries, and property damage. One of the primary factors is accomplishing this mission is communicating with the people of California. Here's how to contact us. Do y'all see any contact information on there? Did y'all see it? Because it's got a colon here and nothing behind it. How about a crock of shit that is? But if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there is additional contact resources where you can reach out, and you can 1-800-TEL-CHP. And then if you scroll all the bottom down here, guess what? No contact information here. But if you click contact, so it's almost like they don't want you to contact them. It's going to pop back up to how to contact us. However, this is an online form. Pull up the contact form. And you can put your information in there. And that's how you contact them, because clearly they're too ashamed to put their information on their website. But lo and behold, you guys know that Mom has you. I got you. Both of those links will not be in the chat because, as y'all saw, the first one, or in the description, the first one's useless. This one, however, is the Inland Division. These are the ones that are supposed to be the jurisdiction. So here is their address, their phone number, and they're closed on Saturday and Sunday. This will also be in the description. Because if you go down here, you're getting the same information that we saw. But however, here's their phone number, and here is their address as well. And this is going to be Inland Division. I will also include that in the description. Yes, thank you so much, Voices. My son's attorneys, we took on Ellie. Hell yeah. Dad also lied to Ellie, saying the truck was stolen the day before. They asked why he didn't report it, and he told them he's lying because there's proof that he lent it to his son. What the hell? Has the U.S. ambassador in Mexico been contacted? Would they be any help? Trista, that is a thank you so much. That's actually a really good idea. That's something else to put in our toolbox. We had a 6-month deadline to file, though. IDK if it's the same in your county. Well, I don't know what your case was about, Chrissy, but there's no statute of limitations on murder, and this is three counts of vehicular homicide. There's no statute of limitations on murder anywhere in the United States. If you murder somebody, I don't care if you murdered them when you were 19 years old and they find you when you're 73, they have every right to put you through a trial, put your ass in prison, and put you to death if that state has the death penalty. All right. Stop it, guys. Okay, I'm also going to include this website, and Cece, I'll send all this information to you so you have it on hand as well. This says that there was $1,000 reward via WeTip. I've never heard of WeTip, so don't send your money to WeTip because I don't know who the hell they are. This is his face. Said I have a clear photo. I will include that on my community wall along with his wanted poster. This is Santos Alejandro Jimenez Cruz, is wanted for vehicular homicides of 3 girls. Circumstances of the events. Authorities allege that Santos was driving a truck that struck 4 young girls who were walking on the side of the road. Santos and his passenger got out of the truck, shined flashlights on the victim, and then left without rendering aid. Killed Forever 13, Sandra Mizer. 12-year-old Daytona Bronhez. 11-year-old Willis Sanchez, and their friend Natalie Coe, who was seriously injured and have one of her legs amputated at the time. Anyone with information on Santos Alejandro Jimenez Cruz whereabouts should contact WeTip. I don't know WeTip. We're not, like I said, I cannot vet them. So just from mom to you, I wouldn't even call that number. However, you can contact the San Bernardino County's District Attorney's Desert Division at 760-243-8600. And of course, it says that he still has an active warrant. We know he has an active warrant because we have family in the chat that is fighting for justice for these girls. We know he's not been caught at the lack of law enforcement doing their damn jobs. All right, pull that one down. I'm trying not to miss any. She's good. Graduated high school, though. I'm upset with her, and her mom lied to Ellie, which I understand why, to protect her mom, but still upsetting. Oh, I'm so sorry, hon. Yes, they do. They charged a 73-year-old man here for murder who took them 20 years to find the girl to tie him to it. Is that the girl voices that the DNA was found in his truck? I can't think of her name. Forgive me for not knowing her name off the top of my head, but I think I know who you're talking about. Never heard of that reward. That's what I'm saying, guys. Don't we reward? We don't vet. We don't condone that. Don't donate anything to we reward. Don't donate to that. Do you have any video of it and one? I'm not sure what you're asking, Paula. I should have been more clear. If you're trying to go after Ellie, how they're handling this case, there may be a deadline. Oh, okay. I got you, Kirsty. I got you. I'm sorry, honey. My brain's a million miles a minute. I'm trying to hold my composure out of respect for the family. But this is Raw Mom on YouTube because I don't have to say schmurder and grape and all the fancy little words that we're supposed to clean up over on the TikTok. This is Raw Mom, so I apologize.
You mean I didn't have to bring my kindergarten mat for nappy time tonight?
You didn't, and you could leave your crayons and your big giant pencil at home tonight. There's adult language going on over here. Nothing, Trish. I couldn't find any info just now. He's in Fresno. No bits. The missing case of the mother and daughter here. Huh. It's a hit and run. Oh, I don't have video of the actual event happening. I do have a couple of videos that I'm going to pull up that are local news that covered the case. Make sure I didn't scroll past them already here. Y'all know I be clicking and sticking here. Because I'm telling you, if you see just the mod Discord, you'd be looking in there going, what in the hell was this woman doing in there? She got stuff over the place. And then I zapped a couple of links to myself through the
loved ones right now, remembering.
Okay, let me make sure I turn the sound on. So I'm going to unshare the screen for just a minute, guys. Why do they keep changing this stuff? I hope this unshares it. Arctic, if this button kicks me off panel, I'll be back. Okay. Share screen. Entire screen. Audio. Share. I'm cooking and listening, trying to keep up. You're fine, honey. Don't ever be sorry. Ask questions because, like I said, you have people that come in and out. We got people with dogs and kids and cats and all the things. So you are perfectly fine. If you have questions, ask. I don't mind repeating myself. I don't mind pulling something back up. If you didn't catch it or if you needed to get a screenshot of it, don't ever apologize. Christine says, no, don't composure. I have tough skin with this. I talk about a breakdown, but I can see and I can hear it all without issues. Okay, babe. Okay, as long as I'm not disrespecting you by any means or upsetting you, then we're good. Video would go a long way with the cops. Yeah, but see, you got to think in 2021, and I know that doesn't seem like it was very long ago, how many of us had Ring cameras? Like, we have security cameras and we have a Ring camera, and I think 1 out of the 4 security cameras works. The Ring camera works, but that wasn't something that a lot of people had. All right, I'm going to share this video.
Loved ones right now, remembering 3 girls killed in a run crash over the weekend. A 4th is now fighting for her life. That deadly crash occurred Saturday evening on Camp Rock Road north of Rabbit Springs in Lucerne Valley. 2 of the girls were wheelchair bound and were being pushed by the other 2 girls when they were all hit by the driver of a white 2002 Chevrolet Silverado pickup. Investigators say the driver had a passenger got out and then took off running. They have yet to be found. One of the victim's mother was back out at the scene today for the first time to that tragedy.
But this is a lesson to all parents, no matter how your teenagers are and they want to go out, no, let them be mad because the madness will go away. Their lives are gone now.
The victims have been identified as 11-year-old Willow Sanchez, 13-year-old Sandra Mizer, and 12-year-old Daytona Bronis. 14-year-old Natalie Coe is in critical condition. Anyone with information is urged to contact Victorville CHP.
Okay, that's 1. I had 2 other ones in here. Here we go. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I was gathering it all up, and some of it got out of whack. Okay, here comes the second video.
We are getting a first look at the hit and run driver suspected of hitting a group of 4 girls in Lucerne Valley back on June 5th. CHP has secured a no bail warrant for 3 counts of vehicular manslaughter against 18-year-old Santos Alejandro Jimenez Cruz. Meanwhile, the families of the 3 girls killed held a vigil last night. The 4th girl is still recovering in the hospital. The victims' families say they are working on a reward to help find that suspect.
Sadly, these are all really short clips, but I do want to share these clips with you guys. You know, again, that's something that is extremely frustrating, that the mainstream media can't take no longer than 38 seconds to share a local crime. I have an ad blocker on, so we shouldn't have to deal with any ads from the laptop.
Police identified the driver.
I'll let that load for a second while I go through comments. Looks and love to see. She's an amazing human being. She is fighting for justice for her niece and these other 4 girls. This is all fell on her. That's the mom who let them go out walking. Oh, girl. Gas stations, businesses, something nearby, there's cameras. They would compile possible routes the driver took, knock on doors and ask if they have footage. Yeah, all of those things should have been done. My understanding is this is pretty far out, like in a desert terrain area. And remote, no by nors, and only a couple of houses. Yeah. Yeah, I did some looking into this. It's a very remote area. Okay, this should have moved for us.
Were accused of running over 4 girls in Lucerne Valley. Those girls were walking on Camp Rock Road in the late hours of June 5th when they were ran over. Police say 18-year-old Santos Jimenez Cruz and his passenger ran from the scene on foot. The victims were between the ages of 12 and 14. 2 of them were in wheelchairs. Investigators used forensic and digital evidence from the truck to identify the suspect. Jimenez Cruz now faces 3 counts of vehicular homicide. Police say he's known to live in California and Mexico. CHP has identified.
Okay, one of these had, I think it was this one.
It's a heartbreaking story. 3 young girls killed in a hit-and-run crash. California Highway Patrol officers say it happened Saturday night on Camp Rock Road in Lucerne Valley. 4 girls, including 2 of them in wheelchairs, were hit from behind by a pickup truck while they were going down the street. 3 of them died at the scene. Ages ranging from 12 to 14. The 4th girl fighting for her life at a local hospital right now. The CHP turning to the public for help to catch the driver and passenger who ran away from the scene on foot.
We're still trying to figure out who was actually driving that Chevy Silverado. They obviously knew what they did, and they made the decision to flee from the scene instead of rendering aid to those 4 juveniles. And that is just mind blowing that somebody would do that.
A GoFundMe has been set up to help the families of the 4 victims. If you'd like to help, head to our website, abc7.com. We'll link you up. It's
Well, guys, we know you can't go help with the GoFundMe because fucking law enforcement has told
breaking news at 11. A major investigation
down the GoFundMe, which is infuriating and bullshit all in the same.
Exactly. And you know what really pisses me off about this whole ordeal, other than law enforcement not doing their fucking job, as is typical in so many of these cases, is that had this guy just done the right fucking thing and rendered aid and turned himself in, he probably would have been out in 5 years. But now, he's probably going to get a much harsher sentence once he's actually caught and apprehended, which is as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
But he should have just turned himself in, rendered aid, done the right damn thing, and been out in 5.
Yep. 8-year-old and take the lives of girls. You're old enough to stand to be held fucking accountable.
4 girls went out for a walk. It was a sleepover.
Okay, this is a more updated video, but you're still going to see no change
Among friends. But when the 4 girls went out for a walk, 3 were killed by a hit-and-run driver and a 4th critically injured.
That was more than 3 years ago, and the driver is still at large. Inland Empire reporter Leticia Juarez talked with the grandmother of one of those girls.
For 3 years, Santos Alejandro Jimenez Cruz has been on the run. The now 21-year-old is wanted in a deadly hit and run that left 3 girls dead and another severely injured.
We lost her, and they lost theirs, and I'm like, he's living life like it never happened. He's getting away with it.
Tammy Midkiff is the grandmother of 13-year-old Sandra Mizer. Mizer, along with Daytona Jonas and Willow Sanchez, were killed back on June 5th in 2021. The girls were at a sleepover at their friend Natalie Coe's home in Lucerne Valley.
Last time I talked to Sandra was 8:30 that night, saying she told me that they were sitting there watching movies. I trusted that she'd be in the house the rest of the night.
The girls decided to go out for a late-night walk on the roadway of his father's Chevy Silverado with a passenger when he struck the girls.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
They shined their flashlights on all the girls that they killed and the survivor. He said that he is in Mexico, but he has to be arrested before they can extradite him.
But in a statement to Eyewitness News, the San Bernardino County District Attorney's Office, which is handling the case, said it has nobody's whereabouts at this time.
Investigators believe that Jimenez Cruz is hiding out in either California or Mexico, and they're asking anyone with information on his location to contact the San Bernardino County District.
Well, see, Cece did contact them and give them his exact location. So what the fuck is their excuse now? What is their excuse now? The vehicle was registered to the suspect's father. And I'm sorry about that flashing, guys. It's because I have an ad blocker on the laptop. So if I go live from my phone, I can't pull up the ad blocker. But I have an ad blocker on here, which keeps YouTube from hitting my channel for copyrighted information. Because I got their stupid little ad blocker turned off. Because that's how I roll. Fuckers. Let's see. We done went through all that. We went through all that. Just making sure I hit everything that I already had pulled up in the Discord to share with you guys, because I try to be as organized as possible. Okay. Thank you guys for all being here, and thank you for listening, and I appreciate it. Thank you for staying respectful as we honor these girls' memories.
A memorial service today for one of 4 girls involved in a deadly hit and run in Lucerne Valley in the high desert. This is 13-year-old Sandra Mizer. She was one of 3 who died in Lucerne Valley when a pickup truck hit them from behind while they were walking up Camp Rock Road. The driver and passenger took off and got away. Mizer's friends and family will release balloons in her honor at Pioneer Park tonight.
I'm sorry, Cece, if that was hard for you to watch. I mean no harm at all. I just want to bring up everything. Okay. One more video here, guys. And for those of y'all that are just coming in or didn't catch it, Sandra's aunt is in chat with us tonight.
The search is on tonight for the driver of a pickup truck who mowed down 4 young girls and off.
3 of those girls are dead. A 4th girl is in critical condition, fighting for her life at this hour. The deadly crash occurred on Camp Rock Road north of Rabbit.
I already pulled that one up for you guys, but I pause it here just to show this is Google Earth type view of the scene of where this took place. And then I'm going to pull up this to show you guys. This was debris Remember, 2 of these girls were in wheelchairs. The vehicle, CHP, at the scene, just from my own observation, neither one of these officers that I can tell, and I might be wrong on this, have gloves on, which is bullshit.
Road in Lucerne Valley. 3 died in the scene. 12-year-old Daytona Bronis, who was...
I said we just went through this one, but I did want to pause it at those points and show those, right? Janet, what the hell? The other information the LE needs. Do they need an Uber called and drive them there? They have his location, which was provided by Cece, so I guess they also need a ride. Facts. Love it, Janet. Thank you for being here. Spitting facts tonight. What the hell do they need? Somebody to hold them by the fucking hand and take them to his mom's? Hey, Chris. Thank you, love. Yeah, there's a lot of debris. Cece said earlier in chat that she actually had to go and the girls' belongings and things that were left behind. I'm going to pull the girls' photos up here. So we have these beautiful girls on our screen. Since they are the reason, and Cece is the reason that we are here tonight. These 3 angels right here lost their lives. And a coward and his passenger ran from the scene. And this is why at the beginning of the live, I told you guys that I'm going to include all that contact information in the description on this live, because I know that a lot of you guys are like me. My heart lays here. But when you combine my heart with anger, frustration, make those phone calls, send those emails, send those letters, and demand that the DA's office get off their ass, replace the liaisons, or get them to do their damn job and get a hold of FBI, get a hold of Homeland Security, get this fucker brought back to the United States and held accountable for what he has done to these 4 girls. She says, I mean, I did everything else for them, all the footwork. I might as well go rest in myself. Oh, girl, don't do that. Lord have mercy. I don't want to have a live because here you trapped over in Mexico somewhere. Yep. Chrissy, her niece's shoes and her feet were in them. Oh, honey. I'm so sorry. Can I get briefed about this after the through messenger? Yep. Yep, Chris, you can get briefed or you can replay, crew. Matthew Turner, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you being here. Guys, when I was live and Cece was in my chat on TikTok and was telling me about these girls, I believe it was the next day I was talking to Arctic on the phone and I was like, there's a case where I'm going to cover it sometime this weekend. Because I'm literally fucking livid.
Yes, ma'am.
And I was literally fucking livid. Like literally chain smoking when I was doing my research and pulling up the information.
About the feeling I got when I started reading everything you dropped into the Discord. I was like, how in the hell is this man still not captured yet?
Well, look how long the itsy bitsy spider was loose in Pennsylvania.
True.
You know, I ran across the off subject, guys. Gonna lighten it up for a little bit, for a minute here. For those of y'all that don't know, Danielo Calavente, who was a murderer here illegally, murdered his girlfriend and 2 other people here in the States. broke out of prison in Pennsylvania, was a 2-week, I believe it was a 2-week long manhunt altogether for this guy. And I call him the itsy bitsy spider because he's this little bitty tiny dude that literally scaled the wall of the jail like a Spider-Man and got out. And I wrote a song and I posted a video, and y'all know I love to sing. And I ran across it the other day looking for another video of a missing person from where a family member had commented on a different video. And I was like, oh my Lord, that was my very first green screen I ever done. Wrote my own song. It was the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the prison wall. Out came the rain and chased away the law. Out come the sun and dried up all the fun. But the itsy bitsy spider, well, he's still on the run. Because that's how it went, right, Hardick?
I love it. I love it.
That's how it went. The little fucker climbed up the wall. Here we got a serious manhunt. We got every YouTuber that you could imagine in the area. The man has literally got people setting food and water and clothes on their back porches to support him while he's on the run. And the whole time he was under their damn noses in the middle of a park. Yes, honey, I was able to see it. I pulled it up on my Facebook. Okay, I pulled the documents and records for you. It's going to be a lot of photos of documents. I'll send you traffic report, autopsy, police report, etc. Perfect. Thank you so much, Cece. Whenever you get time, I know you're full over busy with everything that you're doing. And guys, if you are in the San Bernardino area, if you can hear my voice and you're in California, please follow Cece on TikTok. I'm also going to grab one of the flyers from their TikTok, put that on my community wall. On November the 3rd, they are holding a peaceful protest for Emmanuel outside of the courthouse in Riverside. And it will be a peaceful protest, so you're not going to, and definitely all puns intended, see some crazy woman with a fucking bullhorn out there, little blonde woman, for fuck's sake. This is an actual respectable event that these ladies are putting together. Davina, Ashley, Cece, Murder by Nature podcast, Carla, and I'm probably forgetting somebody. And I mean no disrespect, but those ladies are all pulling together and they're doing a peaceful protest to get justice for Emmanuel. Every phone call, every email is just a reminder that justice has not been served, a reminder that this jerk is still living life as nothing right. He's out here living his best life. He's out here drinking margaritas and eating gorditas and sleeping every night, where you have families that close their eyes and see their loved ones that they'll never get to hold again. And it's bullshit. And it's irate. It absolutely makes me fucking rate. Sorry guys, I'm trying not to chain smoke, but it's not going very well. You're so welcome, honey. Thank you so much for taking time to come here tonight. You have a friend who's advocating for his daughter in PA. Whose daughter? Chris, did I miss a comment? I missed one of your comments somewhere. I found a story that makes you you did. Yeah, Chris be finding stories. He's the ultimate case finder. Yes, Christine, thank you for being here. And thank you, Mustang, for writing those letters. Make sure you check the description. All that information will be there at your fingertips. If anyone else wants to cover the case, has TikTok or covers them, I'm always available. Awesome. Thank you so much, Cece. I appreciate you. I know Voices is wanting to cover the girls. I've sent their names and a couple of articles to a couple other creators that I know that are willing to cover their case, as well as many people as we can get credible people to cover these girls' case. The more communities, because I have a different community than somebody else may have. I have a different community on TikTok than what I have here. Um, the more voices that we get, the more people that we get to step up and say, hey, justice has not been served. Get off your ass and do this, the better. We've seen that change happen. We've seen it happen. But like you guys have heard me say before, we can all sit and bitch about change. But if you don't be part of the change and part of the solution, nothing's going to happen. Just like how many of us have sit and bitched about the Amber Alert system. Absolutely bitched about the Amber Alert system. Arctic Fox took the time to write a reform on change.org. I just dropped a link, Nightbot will in just a minute. Please go on there, sign that petition. Petitions matter. Emmanuel's Law, and I know I'm getting off subject just a little bit, but I'm going to bring this up. I got an email today saying that there's over 5,000 signatures on that petition. And that's just one of the change.org petitions. People do care. Humanity is not completely lost. Granted, there are monsters that walk among us. And if you're an OG to the channel, you've heard me say that the guy or girl that you got your Starbucks coffee from this morning may have somebody chained in the basement. I don't trust a damn soul when it comes to strangers. Stranger danger all the way across. The news, the last video that I pulled up, Paula, was done last year. So I will give props to that one channel that took the time, I think it was channel 7, to circle back to these girls' case and bring awareness in their area. Yep, he parties a lot and does bull riding events in Mexico. Well, I'm just going to say that if you're doing a bull riding event and you end up with a horn in your spleen there, Mr. Jimenez Cruz, I'm not going to shed a fucking tear for you. Absolutely, honey. It's our honor. Absolutely our honor. I'll get with you on TikTok, give you my number. I want to help. Perfect. And I will include her TikTok profile in the description on the video. She's Cece, CECE on TikTok. If you're following me, I think you can go into my followers. I'm really not sure how it works. You should be able to go into my followers, possibly, maybe, and see her. But either way, I'll have her in the description. That way you guys don't have to hunt for her. And here is the reform for the Amber Alert that I was just talking about. Yes, ma'am. We have 2 petitions that will be combined for Emmanuel. That is awesome. That's amazing. That's awesome. All right, guys. It has been an hour and 38 minutes. I don't want to keep you guys all night long on a Saturday night, but I do appreciate everybody that came in, took time out of their Saturday evening, especially Cece. Thank you for coming in and taking time out of your Saturday evening and answering questions, being here with us. I'm honored to have you here tonight. You know, I will tell you that I haven't messed around a whole lot on TikTok. I've been doing this for, it's almost 4 years, isn't it, Art?
Yeah. Can't believe we've been doing this for 4 years now.
I know. And I was would upload stuff to TikTok and was just like, I really don't like it over there. So I stuck to my YouTube. I stuck to this platform. And you guys know, Unfiltered Mom on Twitter. I will call your ass out on Twitter. I will be taking the photo that I just pulled down off the screen, and I will be putting that on my Twitter, and I will be tagging San Bernardino County DA's office because y'all know how I roll. And I have almost 4,000 followers over there too. I will get it put over there too. I will call your ass out on Twitter. But my first experience on TikTok was with Bethany, which is Vlada Castle's sister that's missing out of here in Orlando. Many of you guys know that I'm his local advocate. His family has become my family. I love his mom, dad, all the girls, all the sisters. You know, they're a part of who I am. So I put my big girl panties on and I sat down one night. I put TikTok on my phone and I said, "You're going to learn, Christy. You're going to sit and learn, Miss Christy, how to use TikTok." And that's how I found Jaden's mom. For you guys that were here that know the case I'm talking about, the little boy that lost his life on the snowmobile with his grandpa, still no justice. One of my very first cases that I crossed platforms with. We had his mom here on panel. I extensively went into his case. I reached out to one of my resources, sent the information, autopsy photos, all the things to one of my resources. And the person that I sent it to did what he did in the background and has worked with Jaden's mom in the background. From there, you guys know my first Not Forgotten Friday series that we did over here was Danielle Bell's case. Bonnie is her sister who's advocating for Danielle Bell, who's missing here out of northern Florida, a Scomby county that just makes my skin fucking crawl. Or I've been corrected. It's Scamby County, however the hell you say it. I'm from Kentucky, y'all. I believe that you're put in a place when you do what we do because you're supposed to be there. I wish with everything in my soul that Emmanuel didn't lose his life to his monster parents. Use that word lightly. But even in death, he's bringing people together and making this possible for us to sit here tonight and show awareness and show love to Cece and show love to these girls. Because I honestly believe, whether you believe in God or a higher power, the stars align you where you're supposed to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, when I get back from my sabbatical, I'll probably cover this over on my channel too, because, you know, I want to get it in front of as many eyes as possible. And I do want to thank Cece for coming up and talking with us in the chat and everything, because I know how hard it is for these families to retell the same story over and over and over again while they're living it. And, you know, what I would ask everyone, in addition to the letters and the phone calls and everything, is just pray for these families, because they're going through the hardest thing that they'll ever have to go through.
Absolutely. And thank you. And I'm so sorry, Janet. And thank you, Cece. And thank you, everybody that was here tonight. I appreciate you guys all for being here and listening and becoming a part of these girls' story. You know, and you know, when Arctic covers it, if he does a live, I'll be right there with him. He covers a video.
Yes, ma'am.
Share out the links. And see, one thing about the YouTube lives is over on TikTok, the lives go away. They disappear because it's not a live platform. You can go live, but it's not a live platform. Here tonight, I came a little bit out of character, but Cece now has the option to, instead of reliving the story and telling the story again, to say, hey, Mind the Monsters covered my niece's case. Go over there. Keep in mind, she's not filtered. Adult language has been used. And they can hear the girl's story. They can see the live chat replay, because I don't take my chats down. It takes YouTube like 2 or 3 hours to put the chat back up. But if you check the video, the chat will always come back up. And I have transcript turned on, so that way if you have problem hearing, you can transcript my videos. It's all there. It'll bleep out the dirty words with little dots, but it'll all be there on the bottom of the video. Guys, if you're in the bushes and you don't want to subscribe, completely fine. But do me one favor. Hit the share button. Grab a link out of the description of this video and help be a voice and make a change. You're so welcome. And thank you, Trista, for being here. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Cece, for being here. And Janet, and being there was hard to do flashbacks, but I had to be here for you, the precious four girls. Oh, I'm so sorry, Janet. I'm sending you so much love. Cece, I'm sending you so much love. But guys, I'm going to let you guys out of here tonight. I have dogs that I have to take care of. I'm surprised she didn't come back over here. I guess she's mad at me because I wouldn't let her in my chair. She's usually up here in the camera going, hey, I'm the winner. I'm just a baby. I'm the co-host of the Furry Tap. All right. Arctic, you got anything you want to wrap up with?
No, just remember, when you see someone out on the street, you never know what that person's going through. So be kind to one another out there. Share some kind words, and it may make all the difference in the world in someone's day.
Absolutely. And you guys know, if you see something, say something. It takes a village to raise a child. And I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side.